areas are replaced. If you want peaceful Lebanon, you need to find a way to deal with Hezbollah, because they don't want peace with Israel. They want to destroy Israel. Most people in Lebanon don't want to destroy Israel. So, yeah, go ahead.
Senator Graham, you mentioned the Iranian rearmament.
Yeah.
Do you think Israel should launch another preemptive?
I'll leave it up to BB, who's going to meet with the president next week. But here's what I'm advocating: hit them as hard as you can, as often as you can, to make sure they can't develop a nuclear weapon to destroy the state of Israel and terrorize the world. Nothing has changed in terms of desire. The capability of the Iranians to build a weapon has been dramatically reduced, but not their desire. The capability of Iran to attack Israel has been reduced, but not their desire. So if you see an effort to regenerate the enrichment program, hit it. If you see an effort to build more ballistic missiles to terrorize Israel that may one day get to Europe, hit it now. To those who want to watch these problems get worse and say you love peace, no, appeasement does not lead to peace. The Iranian regime, in my view, is a religious theocracy bent on the destruction of Israel, purifying Islam, and attacking America, and nothing's going to change until they change.
Senator, so we've been hearing a lot of anti-Israel voices throughout the world, throughout the Western world,
yeah,
and even throughout the American right. This is rather new,
yeah,
very strong anti-Israel sentiment. What do you think about it?
There is not a strong anti-Israel sentiment in the Republican Party. They're loud people, but they don't represent the majority anywhere close. I'm from South Carolina. I'm a Republican. I can assure you that 75+% of Republicans in South Carolina cherish the relationship between the United States and Israel. Whether you're a Christian evangelical or not, Israel is a good deal for America. If the IDF, Mossad, and Shin Bet went away tomorrow, we would be blind in this region. The money we provide to Israel, we get back tenfold in terms of security. Israel is a platform, is a nation that is pro-American, that will share intelligence with us concerning our own security. Economically, Israel hits way above its weight. From an American point of view, Israel is a great economic partner, particularly in the AI space. From a national security point of view, if we had to replicate what the IDF does in fighting terrorism, we couldn't. The budgets would double, but we would not be able to do what Israel does because we're not from the region. So don't worry about the Republican Party abandoning Israel. We will not. We will confront those who suggest that Israel's a liability for America. When it comes to America, Israel has taken a hit, but it has all over the world. This is a war of television. You're winning on the ground, you're losing in the air, television-wise. Focus on achieving your war aims. The war aims is not genocide. If Israel wanted to kill all the Palestinians, they could. Hamas wants to kill all the Israelis, they can't. Hezbollah would kill everybody in Israel if they could. Nobody in Israel wants to kill everybody in Lebanon.
Hamas is not destructed, though.
They need to be, they're on their back foot. I celebrate the weakening of Iran and Hamas, but finish the job. So you asked me a question. I think support for Israel is strong in the Republican Party. I can't imagine a nominee in 2028 being the Republican nominee. If you want to run for president as a Republican in 2028 and you don't show strong support for Israel, I don't think you can win. To our friends on the Democratic side, I hope you'll up your game. I hope you'll realize that Israel's not the problem. The problem for peace is not Israel. Israel signed an agreement with 6 Arab countries. The problem in the region is Iran, Hamas, and Hezbollah. They're the ones that want to destroy Israel.
Senator Graham, there have been reports of F-35 deals between the U.S. and Qatar and Turkey. Did these come up in your meetings here in Israel? And
Israel's
have you heard concern from Israel's quality military edge? And another question on that note, will there be another MOU between Israel and the United States?
As to a military edge required by law, I want to make sure that happens. We've got good allies throughout the region. We're going to sell F-35s to Saudi Arabia. I'm okay with that. I think giving Turkey the F-35 would be a mistake, but they're part of NATO. So what should Israel do? Should they have stronger relationship with the United States or not? People are talking about, some of my closest friends here, thinking that Israel should wean off support from the United States. That, to me, would be a mistake. Let me tell you why. The narrative being sought out there is Israel is isolated unlike any time since its founding. Even America is turning on Israel. What I would do if I were an Israeli politician, I would seek the strongest MOU possible to counter the narrative that America is going nowhere. We are talking about a peace agreement, a defense agreement with Saudi Arabia. What does Saudi Arabia want before they would recognize Israel as a state, as a partner? They want a defense agreement between the United States and Saudi Arabia. Question for Israel: do you want one? Would it help you? Do you want a defense agreement between the United States and Israel? If you do, now's the time to do it. I don't want to hamper the IDF's ability to defend the Jewish state, but I think a defense agreement between the United States and Israel would put a fine point on the relationship. When Trump leaves, when Bibi leaves, no matter who's coming, we have an ironclad, legal binding relationship between the Jewish state and the United States when it comes to defense. If you want such a deal, I think it's possible. But I would act sooner rather than later. If I were Israel, I would embrace America as strong as I could, even though we're not perfect. We're an important ally. Why am I so forward-leaning? I think Israel does far more for us than anybody on the planet keeping America safe. NATO's important. We have a lot of good allies out there. But nobody is in the center of the action more than Israel, in the backyard of people who want to kill all the Americans, than Israel. From a United States point of view, it is in our interest that the Jewish state thrive, survive, thrive, become potent on the military side, and become an economic power. The better you do in Israel, the better America does. If you don't get that, you're missing a lot.
You're very close to Netanyahu. Did he ever tell you about October 7th, how such a debacle happened here?
No, we didn't talk about that. I'm sure you'll find that out and you'll learn. We missed Pearl Harbor. You won't be the first country that missed things. The goal is to right the ship. If when all this is over, Hamas is still standing, the biggest mistake ever. Israel can't allow that to happen. When all this is over, we don't deal with Iran differently than we did before October 7th. Big mistake. Without Iran, there is no Hamas. There is no Hezbollah. There are no Houthis. So you can't rewrite history, but you can learn from it. Again, our nation let our guard down on 9/11, Pearl Harbor. What do? Well, we've created a network against terrorism. We go where they are before they get to America. And when you change that policy, you'll pay a price. Since 9/11, we've been on the offensive. Wherever radical Islam asserts itself, we go in and try to stop them there before they get here. In terms of Israel, the takeaway for me is that it was a failure, but out of that failure can come success that would make sure that the 1,200 plus who died would not have died in vain. If after October the 7th, Hamas is gone, Hezbollah is gone, Iran is weakened, you have a normal relationship with Saudi Arabia, you add to the Abraham Accords, you have a stronger relationship with the United States, then you could say that we learned the lessons of October the 7th. Thank you.